I think I am going to get started. Hello, if you're watching this. This is Pokemon Red any percent Glitchless Classic. And before I get started, I kind of want to explain the rules of the category. As the name implies, this is a glitchless category. There's no glitches allowed. Follows the standard glitchless rule set, plus 3 restrictions. Number 1, hard resets are banned. Hard resetting the console or emulator, that's banned. And that is really to eliminate RNG manips, which can only be carried out from a hard reset. So this run will be done entirely manipless, which that is really where the run differs from normal glitchless the most, in that you can't RNG manip for anything. You can soft reset by holding A, B, start, and select. You'll see me save before a few risky fights, and if I die to those, I can just soft reset. That is not against the rules. But hard resetting, that is banned. The second rule is instant text is banned, and I think I will explain a bit more about instant text and why it's banned when we get to that section of the game. And third, sequence breaking using the Pokédoll to skip the Ghost Marowak in Pokemon Tower is banned. If you bring a Pokédoll to Pokemon Tower, even if you don't have the Silphscope to, reveal the ghost as Marowak, you can use a Pokédoll to escape from the fight, and the game acts as though you have won. And you can skip getting the Silphscope, which means you can entirely skip the Rocket Hideout, and that is banned in this category. So this category has to do the Team Rocket Hideout. And those are all the rule set differences between Glitchless and Classic, so I think we should get started now. I'm going to hard reset first, since in Classic you can't hard reset in the run, so I need to hard reset on emulator to prove that, the run is legit. Then I'm going to set my options. Attack speed fast, battle animation off, battle style shift, which might seem a bit counterintuitive, but it has a purpose, I swear. Alright, I'm gonna get started right now. Alright, so starting off, going through the intro here, and we are going to name our player character, one character name, and our rival, as a matter of fact. Could just choose one of the default names, and that would save time in the moment. However, these guys' names show up enough in the game that it's worth the extra time to name them one character. I'm going to grab this potion in the PC. Would not do this in a PB attempt. This is just for safety, because of the first fight. This first fight is not likely to kill you at all. However, if you do die to it, it's very, very time consuming to recover. So it's just better in no reset situations to grab a potion from the PC. And we're going to go into Oak's Lab and pick our starter. And we are going to pick Squirtle, because Squirtle is by far the best Pokemon at getting past Brock. Brock is a huge early game roadblock, and spoiler alert, we are going to main switch, and our new main is going to have a lot of trouble getting past Brock. Our new main can't really get past Brock. Brock has rock types, and our new main is going to have all normal type moves when we get it. So Squirtle is the fastest starter at getting past Brock. Thanks for the good luck square. The reason why Squirtle is the best at getting past Brock is that it learns Bubble at level 8, whereas Bulbasaur who, you know, you would think would have an easy time getting past Brock, doesn't get Vine Whip. Its first damaging grass move until level 13. Getting an unfortunate start to this battle right here. Double Growl is not good. This Bulbasaur knows Tackle and Growl, and will use either at random. Most trainers in this game just use moves at random. And I am just getting a bad fight right here. You want to see as many tackles as possible from Bulbasaur. This Growl lowers your attack, and as you can see, I'm dealing not a lot of damage right here at all. I'm getting kind of trolled. Okay, that was a crit. I want to see as many crits as possible. Because crits ignore all stat changes in this game. Which means, oh, got a couple lucky crits right there. 12 attack, 11 special. I just checked my Squirtle stats right there. 11 special is a bad special. There's a chance I can level into good special. A good special can save a couple turns on the Brock fight. A 12 attack, that is the best attack we can have at level 6. So that's pretty good at least. It is possible to manip the stats of Squirtle, but it's just not worth it, really. Encounter on the last tile, and it is a Rattata. I am going to elect to kill this for some XP. If we just fought all the required trainers on the way to Brock and nothing more, Squirtle would not learn Bubble by then, because Squirtle learns Bubble at level 8, and it would be just shy of level 8. So if we just kill one encounter, we get that extra XP needed to get to level 8 before Brock. Thankfully we didn't get any extra encounters that pass. Hopefully we'll get lucky, like we did on our rival fight. Got a couple crits. Thankfully we can avoid most of the grass on the way back to Pallet Town. There's some YOLO grass right there that, you know, on occasion, it can be beneficial to take. Fortunately got another encounter. Other encounters aren't really useful to us, since we already got our experience of the just time loss. Now I'm going to talk to Oak from the left. I almost said from the right. From the left. You can talk to Oak from the left or from the top, and it saves time over talking to him from the bottom. And that is because, as you'll see here, a rival, actually all NPCs in this game walk just at a snail's pace. They walk about half the speed you do. And so by scrolling the screen upward, by talking to Oak from the left or from above, that reduces the amount of tiles our rival has to walk. You see that a few times throughout the run. And he goes off screen quicker, as you'll see here. And just little movement optimizations like that add up throughout the run. Got another encounter. Unfortunately, getting all rats. There are Pidgeys in this grass. Kind of glad that I got a Rattata for my experience, because it is more beneficial to KO a Rattata than a Pidgey, because Rattata in this grass know both Tackle and Tail Whip, whereas Pidgey only knows Gust. So you are pretty much guaranteed to take damage if you fight a Pidgey. Plus Pidgey is bulkier and can survive more tackles potentially. Alright, now that we're done with that, you can go to the mart and buy some Pokeballs. 8 Pokeballs, in fact. If you've seen a normal Glitchless speedrun, they'd only buy 3 or 4 if they're playing it safe. But Glitchless would go into this grass and manipulate a Nidoran with pretty much perfect stats and manipulate a catch on it. We obviously can't do that. I'm going to try to find a Nidoran the old-fashioned way. Okay, got a level 3 Nidoran first encounter. That is very lucky. Oh, unfortunately missed tackle. I'm going to tackle it once to increase the catch rate. And start throwing Pokeballs. Now this Nidoran has pretty much entirely random stats. So we really don't know what we're going to get. You can see the stats at the bottom of the screen right there, below my splits. Got it within 2 balls, that's pretty good. Also naming Nidoran one character. So we don't really have any idea of this Nidoran's stats right now, but in the coming fights, on Brock actually, we'll start to get an idea of what her stats are like. And I have bad special, so I'm actually going to go through this grass right here. Nope. I did save time. I was hoping for a Pidgey encounter, since if you have bad special, it's very beneficial to catch an extra Pokemon to potentially sack. Because on Brock, if you have bad special, you could just be put into a situation where you just die and it's completely out of your control. So unfortunately, looks like I'm going to have to save for Brock, which I don't like doing, but it's kind of necessary in this case. Grab this hidden potion right here. And then we get to face this guy, affectionately called Weedle Guy, because he has a Weedle and he is a guy. This Weedle is also very annoying. He knows Poison Sting and String Shot. Again, we'll use it at random. Want to see as many String Shots as possible. Got Poison turn 1, that's really bad. Poison is very slow, and I'm definitely going to have to heal at some point during this fight. Now, that's not too big of a deal, since I did get a couple extra potions. Yeah, I gotta heal this turn. Let's see, Nidoran has 16 health. Can take a quick look right there. Knowing the HP actually can narrow down what the other stats are, potentially. Because the HP DV of Nidoran is actually just the least significant bits of its other 4 stats. It's not generated independently. Unfortunately, still have bad special, so I am going to have to save for Brock. Did get past Weedle Guy, though. Alright, no encounters in the forest is pretty good. Now we are going to make our way to Brock right here. Now, our Nidoran is level 3 right now, so it's not very high leveled. And, you know, as I said before, it can't really fight against Brock. But it needs to gain some experience before it can start fighting on its own. So we're just going to switch train it against Brock. After I save right over here. Just a little safety save. And then when we level up on Brock, we can actually start to get a little bit of an idea of Nidoran's stats, whether it's good or bad. I'm just going to switch to Squirtle and then spam Bubble. Really want to see as many defense girls from Geodude as possible. Unfortunately, nothing seems to be behaving right here. Got one defense girl at least. Alright, let's look at our stats right here. 12, 10, 11, 10. Wow! That's perfect stats. That is, that's actually amazing. 20 HP. Well, HP is not perfect, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, Screech Fail is very good. Unfortunately, gonna have to heal here. That is actually a... I'm shocked. Why can't I get a Nidoran like this in PB attempts? Alright, done with Brock, at least didn't get put in that situation. If Onyx bides right before you bubble, you can die. 16-13, 15-13. Okay, so it's not perfect stats, but it's very, very good. Wow. This is actually a huge reset point for the run, because if your Nidoran has bad attack or bad speed, it's generally just not worth continuing. Brock gives us a worthless TM, Bide. It's actually useful for money, but it's a bad move. We change our options back to set, because we don't need to be switch training anymore. Nidoran knows Horn Attack, so it can really fight on its own from now on. And we're gonna buy all of our potions for the rest of the run. You have to buy them after Brock, because we needed money to buy all the Pokeballs beforehand. And now we're gonna go on to Route 3. Now, Brock gave us a badge, and every odd-numbered gym leader on the trainer card gives a badge that has something called a badge boost associated with it, which is basically a passive 9/8 boost to one of your stats in battle. And Brock's badge, as he said, boosts attack, and he is correct. So our attack is just automatically increased in battle. I got the 2-shot on Caterpie with no string shot. That is very rare. Okay, this is perfect attack and perfect special, and 14 speed. This is actually the best Nidoran I've ever gotten. Okay, as I was saying, there are badge boosts. But under certain circumstances, those badge boosts can be reapplied. If any of your stats are changed, such as you get hit by string shot, the badge boost is actually applied, again, cumulative, so your stats can, like, snowball. So basically, if I get string shot or tail whip on this route, my attack will go up, I'll deal more damage. Let's see, let's check my defense. 31, 15. Wow, this Nidoran is amazing. Oh my god. Potion slot 3. I'm actually going to save for this trainer right here. Even though I have very good stats, this trainer can still be quite a pain. This is Shorts guy. Notoriously trolly trainer right here. He has a Rattata and an Ekans. Both of which can prove a little bit difficult to live through. Rattata likes to tail whip and also can crit a lot, because critical hits in Gen 1, the rate actually increases depending on the base speed of the user, and Rattata is pretty fast, so it loves to critical. Fortunately, we got through the Rattata very well. And this Ekans knows a move called Wrap, which is very bad. See right there? It just lasts for 2 to 5 turns. Fortunately, I actually outspeed Ekans, which only do a very high speed. So that's really good. If you don't outspeed him, you can get caught in a heal loop. I get put in Red Bar over here. I'll talk about Red Bar when the time comes, since there are way better places to talk about it, but I'm in it right now. I gotta swap Horn Attack. I totally forgot to do that. I'll swap it up to the front because I'm going to be using it a lot. Horn Attack is a really good move at this point of the game. And it's one of the main reasons why Nidoran Male is so much better than Nidoran Female. Because instead of Horn Attack, Nidoran Female gets Scratch, which is, I believe, 25 less base power, which is a lot at this point in the game. So it's just not going to be dealing nearly as much damage, especially because it has lower attack. That's actually why we run in red version instead of blue, because Nidoran Male is far more common in red. I'm going to heal right here, because I'm dead to a crit. I want to play it safe. That would actually be really good in a PB attempt to keep going. But, not here. Alright, I know my DVs. This Nidoran is actually kind of insane. Perfect attack. Perfect special. So DVs, if you don't know what they are, they're pretty much like IVs in modern Pokemon games, except instead of 0 to 31, they go from 0 to 15. Each stat has a DV, stands for determinant value. And, obviously, the higher the number, the better the stat. Or the faster it grows, technically. String shot right there is very good. Double string shot is not good. One string shot is actually optimal here at my speed, because one string shot gives me the badge boost, but still allows me to outspeed Metapod. Whereas here, Metapod outspeeds me. Unfortunately, I'm running low on Horn attacks, so unless I crit this last one, I'm gonna have to start tackling, which is not good. Horn attack PP is really tight on this route. Okay, I crit the tackle. That's very good. I didn't waste much time at all. Now we go to level 14 and learn Poison Sting, which, despite its low power, is actually a decently useful move. Now we are going to go through the grass here. You try and find a bird. Didn't get one there, that's okay. We can hunt over here. There's a 90% chance in this grass to find a Pidgey or a Spearow, and 10% to get trolled by a Jigglypuff, which is not useful to us. We got a Spearow, which is honestly the better one to get. Alright, and we can... oh, yeah, I used my potions. Pokeballs are in slot 1 now. Oh, a Spearow broke out. That's not a big deal. We only used 2 balls on Nidoran, so not really much of an issue if things break out a couple times. The reason we need a bird is we need something to use Fly later in the game. I wish Nidoking could learn Fly, but alas it can't. Now we're going to take the Pokemon Center. This isn't for HP restoration, but rather just for PP restoration, because we are out of Horn attacks. Now, because my attack is good, I'm going to do different strats in Mount Moon than I normally would. Mount Moon is an interesting place in the game, because normally in Glitchless you would RNG manip through Mount Moon to get no encounters except a Paris at the end, which you use for your cut user. But we can't do that, we just have to hope for no encounters. And wow, I didn't get any encounters up to Nerd, that's really good. So we do fight a couple optionals in here to get some more experience. That was not a good roll on that Magnemite at all. That must have been, I think that was min roll, or close to it. If you, when I'm talking about rolls, damage in this game is actually slightly randomized. So 2 attacks that you use, even if they're the same power, might not deal the same damage. 2 hit the Voltorb, that's nice. And so if you get unlucky with rolls, you cannot, you know, give extra turns to your opponent or not KO things in one hit. Now, we do need some extra experience in Mount Moon, I'm gonna get. If this is a PB attempt, I would skip that, but I want to play it safe. So I'm going to KO a few encounters. I actually need 177 XP. This will be perfect to kill. Nice. Not that I want to hit. 69 experience. Very cool. Getting extra experience in Mount Moon, aside from the optionals, helps a lot in the mid-game with a lot of damage ranges that you might not get otherwise. There's a lot of helpful level ups, as I'll explain when we get to them. This trainer can't really do anything to us. Oddish is generally one of the more annoying Pokemon in the run, but this Oddish only knows Absorb, so it can't do much to us. So now we evolve into Nidorino. If my attack was bad, I would actually not fight encounters and instead fight a third optional. That Zubat is very low leveled, I'm not going to fight that. You'd fight a third optional and actually teach Water Gun and fight this Hiker that is coming up. And that gets you a lot of extra XP and greatly improves some of the ranges that we'll get to. But my attack is so high that I can really just afford to get extra experience from encounters. Alright, and after getting this Zubat, I will have all the experience I need. Nice. Grabbed a couple items over there on the other side of Moon. I'm grabbing a Moonstone. Part of why Nidoking is so good in this speedrun is because you can just evolve it super early. Like, we're going to evolve Nidorino into Nidoking before the next trainer, and having just a Stage 3 Pokemon before the second gym is just very powerful. Their stats are going to be insane for this point in the game. Not getting a ton of encounters, which is very nice. Right here, we are going to use our Moonstone and evolve into Nidoking, our final stage. I always like to take my hands off the keyboard when I'm evolving things, because I know someday I'm going to cancel it. Even though I don't think you can cancel stone evolutions, but I'm not about to find out. This trainer is pretty notorious in Glitchless for just being a pain, but Glitchless still has Nidoran here, and we've evolved to Nidoking, so this trainer's pretty much a joke. This Zubat knows Supersonic and can confuse you. Knows Leech Life, which is super effective, isn't going to deal much damage. Supersonic Fail, that's amazing. Supersonic is very, very inaccurate. We would actually like to find a Paris encounter in here. We still need something to use Cut. And Paris is optimal. But Paris is pretty rare, and it's definitely common to go through Mount Moon without seeing one. But that is okay, since we have a couple backups for that, if that happens. Yeah, Mount Moon is, I'd say one of the more interesting sections of this speedrun compared to Glitchless. However, it's definitely one of the more frustrating also, because you're just relying on luck for encounters, pretty much. Because you can't manip. And if you get screwed with encounters, then, you know, the run can just be over. I'm gonna pick the Helix Fossil right here, because it makes that NPC walk less tiles. Another small optimization. Even though I would pick the Helix Fossil anyway, because it's better. I did get a Paris right here. I'm going to tackle it. I could have Horn Attack it, but a crit could kill. See? And throw a Pokeball. This is about 74-75% to get in. Thankfully we got it. Very good. That's amazing. So now we have our cut user. We are out of Mount Moon. 2808. That's actually insane for like a classic. No reset run. Wow. That's actually very good. Now we're out of RNG hell for now. I'm gonna go to Cerulean City and take the Pokemon Center. Ooh, NPC moved out of the way for me. That's pretty nice. Another reason we take this Pokemon Center, again, isn't for HP reasons. It's not really that much for PP reasons either, although the extra PP is helpful. This is mostly just to set our warp point. Now in other games you could just walk into the center and walk back out to set your warp point, but in Gen 1 you actually have to heal at the center. Which is, I guess, good for us because it refills our health. And take that rare candy from this random guy's lawn, buried in his yard. Teaching great lessons to our youth. Now we meet our rival again. This fight is another notoriously bad fight. He leads with a level 18 Pidgeotto. And because of the XP we got in Moon, we are level 18 for this Pidgeotto. I'm gonna deal more damage to it. Little known fact, damage calculation in this game actually factors in your level as well. And I double crit Pidgeotto. I just 2-hit Pidgeotto. That's really rare. As I was saying, damage calculation in this game actually factors in your level. And levels that, if you're in a level that ends with a 3, 5, 8, or 0, you actually do a lot more damage than if it didn't. That extra XP we got in Moon made us level 18 for Pidgeotto. If we were level 17, we might not have killed with 2 crits, actually. That Pidgeotto can be pretty frustrating because it knows Sand Attack, which lowers your accuracy, and accuracy lowering in this game is just brutal. Wow, I'm just critting everything. That's insane. I crit the Abra, too. Which, that was entirely unnecessary. That was just time loss because of the extra text box. But that was a great fight. It was really the best fight you could ask for. And more. Alright, now I think it's going to be a good time to talk about instant text. This category bans instant text. And instant text is an exploit. It's not a glitch that occurs when you go into the bike shop in Cerulean and mash B through the guy's dialogue, through the salesman's dialogue. And then due to the game like forgetting to reset a flag to make like the marked text instant, all of your text is instant from that point, displays instantly. Instead of 1 character per frame, it's infinite characters per frame. So that makes, battles and talking to NPCs go by super fast. However, its status, as an exploit or glitch has been kind of disputed over the years. And so it was banned in this category. Also, it makes these next couple splits a lot more risky, because if you open any sort of menu, such as your item menu or party menu, the instant text resets. So that basically means you can't heal. You can't heal, you can't sack the Pokemon if you get sand attacked. Just makes Bridge a lot riskier. And turns this section from kind of boring, honestly, to very, very, very risky. That's why instant text is banned in glitchless races as well, just to give everyone like an even playing field. Another difference from glitchless is that glitchless normally has Mega Punch here. Instead, we just have Horn Attack. Mega Punch is a little bit of a detour to get in Mount Moon, and that opens up opportunities for extra encounters. Also, it is higher power than Horn Attack, but less accurate. I believe it's 80 power, 85% accurate. And when you generally don't have perfect attack, I do have perfect attack, but it's just better to use Horn Attack. I've reached level 21, so I'm going to use my rare candies right here to get to level 23 and learn one of the best moves in the game, Thrash. This is Nidoking's final level up move. And I've heard it described as the ultimate speedrunning move, and I like that description of it. It's very high power at this point in the game. It's 90 base power, normal type. And it deals damage across 3 or 4 turns at random, while only using 1 PP. It was very, very PP efficient. It also uses a shake animation, which I haven't talked about yet. So at the beginning of the game, I set options to battle animations off. But that doesn't really turn battle animations off, technically. It just replaces every battle animation with one of 2 default animations. There is what we call flash animations, with moves like Horn Attack that don't have any added effects associated with them. That the enemy Pokemon like flashes for a couple seconds, and it's actually quite slow. And then there's moves like Thrash, or Bubble, or Poison Sting that have added effects, and those are what we call shake animations. The screen just like shakes a little bit, which is about a second faster. So basically, when possible, use shake animations. Even if it's weaker, it's gonna kill. Just use a shake animation. I'm going to fight this top guy right here, which you don't fight in glitchless. And that's because I don't have a water gun, and so fighting the Onix down below would be not fun. Unfortunately, this guy does have a Geodude, but we're at very high health, so should be able to withstand it. We want to see as many tackles as possible, not defense curl. Fortunately, we do get 4-turn Thrash, and we 3-hit the Geodude. That's as good as you can ask for. And we're going to grab this hidden elixir right here, because we fought this guy to take his prize. This next section right here, we just got a few trainers we need to fight. Not very eventful, we just thrash our way through them. I did not take a lot of damage on bridge because I had a very, very good bridge. I was critting a lot of things. So I'm at very high health. Shouldn't really need to worry about anything over here. Now this guy down below has 3 Geodudes and a Machop. There's no way I'm fighting him I don't have Water Gun. Plus, with the extra XP we get, you don't really need to fight him for experience reasons. The XP route in this game is pretty much centered around being level 25 for Misty's Staryu, which guarantees you one-shot it at any attack DB. If you're at perfect attack like I am, you can even guarantee one-shot it at level 24. But you really want to one-shot Misty's Staryu, because you want as much HP as possible for her Starmie. Pretty much just cruising right now. We will level 225 after this Oddish right here. Or not. Wait, no. No, I have that mixed up. That's with Hiker Strats. And we get to help Bill here. He has somehow combined himself with a Pokemon. I always found it weird as a kid how this was like never touched upon again in the entire game. But that's really kind of screwed up if you think about it. I'm just not going to think about it since that's like an ethical dilemma waiting to happen. Now I am going to heal right here. It's one potion. And then Bill's house is actually one of the few houses in the game you can escape rope from, for some reason. Don't know why, but that's why we centered in Cerulean, so we don't have to take the walk of shame back. And we can just head straight to the gym. Oh yeah, I get level 25 off of this trainer right here. That's what I was thinking. I was just mistaken. This trainer has a Goldeen. It knows Supersonic and Tail Whip, and can kind of troll you if you get really unlucky. Unfortunately, we're not really in much danger right here. We got Tail Whip, that is great. I'm actually at very, very healthy HP for Misty, but I'm going to still save. Misty is, I'd say, the fight in the game that is overall most likely to kill you, considering, like, every Nidoran. Because Misty has, I believe, the first instance of what we call good AI, which is an AI modification. It basically makes her favor super effective moves. So against Nidoking, Misty will only use her water-type moves. Her Starmie does have Tackle, but will never use it against Nidoking. X-Defend, that is not good. This Thrash won't kill without a crit, and I crit. That was a damageless Misty right there. That does not happen very often, but I am very healthy for this next split over here. This is actually, like, kind of insane pace. So, trust me, Misty can go badly. Her Starmie knows Bubble Beam, and if it crits you, you're most likely dead. Because Starmie is very fast, it crits a lot. And Bubble Beam also has a 25% chance to Speed Fall. And if your speed falls, it's usually not a big deal because you don't normally outspeed Starmie, but I have almost perfect speed. So, I did outspeed it, and that could have been bad if I had gotten a speed fall. This trainer right here has a Machop and a Drowsy, and Glitchless for both ranges, but the Drowsy is never a range in Classic because you have the extra XP from Misty. And with my attack, the Machop was not even a range. I was guaranteed to kill that Machop. You get TM28, which is Dig. Dig in this game is insanely powerful, actually. It's 100 base power, which is more powerful than any move we've seen so far, and it's a ground type, so it would be a perfect candidate to teach to Nidoking. But Nidoking cannot learn it. Don't know why. Nidoking can learn, as we're going to see, all sorts of moves, but it can't learn Dig, which is really a shame, since it'd be really cool. It would get same type attack bonus as well, since both Nidoking and Dig are ground type. They share a type, and Dig would be 50% more powerful. Didn't get any encounters in that grass right there. That grass is the last opportunity in the game for us to get random encounters. So, you know, if I do everything right and don't get very unlucky, won't get any more random encounters for the rest of the game. Alright, got one quick attack. I don't really care at this point if I do get quick attacks from these guys or not. Because I'm just at such high health. You usually have a lot lower health coming into this section, because Misty generally hits you for a lot with her stab super effective water type attacks. And the plus side is don't need to worry about healing or anything. Only one quick attack. That's pretty good, considering I'm probably not gonna go for the red bar in this upcoming section. We are in Vermilion City. We're gonna go to the mart to buy a couple extra items. I'm gonna buy some repels. We have access to now, and paralyze yells. Being paralyzed is really one of the only statuses we really have to worry about. Nothing can burn us yet. Barely anything throughout the game can burn us. And Nidoking can't be poisoned because it's poison type. So paralysis is really the one we need to worry about. I'm going to teach Misty's TM Bubble Beam. For some unknown reason, Nidoking can learn Bubble Beam. I really do not know how. This like weird dinosaur rhino can like blow bubbles, especially when it's weak to water. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's a pretty useful move. 65 base power, I believe, same base power as Horn Attack, but it's special, and it has a chance to lower speed, so it has the faster shake animation. So that is a good move to finish things off with. And it's decently powerful as well. This Pidgeotto knows Sand Attack as well. Fortunately, we did not get it. Always two-hit this Pidgeotto. I finish it off with the shake animation right there. Even with the critical hit text, or super effective text, it is better. Now I'm going to Thrash the Raticate. I normally would not really do that, but I'm at such high health where I can afford to hurt myself if I don't get a 4-turn Thrash. Ivysaur, oh, I just crit Ivysaur, okay, that's really good. I am getting very lucky this run for PSR Day. Oh yes, also small movement optimization for the rival. You saw me go all the way to the right, even though the stairs are on the left. That way the rival doesn't have to walk all the way around me. Even if it means walking a couple extra tiles myself. If the rival walks less, that is generally faster. And coming up, we're leaving the boat. We get to watch this beautiful little cutscene right here. This is like the biggest break you get in the run. I'm drinking some water. I'm drinking some sparkling water. Stretch a little bit. And prepare for the hell that is about to come in the near future. If I didn't get Paris in Mount Moon, right now would be where I would trade for Farfetch'd. Because I got Spearow as my flyer, I could trade for Farfetch'd, which can learn Cut. It's very handy. I'm going to do a little bit of a menu right here. Teach Cut to Paris. And Paris can also learn Dig as well, which is like a permanent escape rope. Cut down the tree and go into Surge's gym, where the cans puzzle is. Now this cans puzzle is notoriously janky, and you can waste just minutes in here. You're at the mercy of luck right here. There are 8 possible cans where the first can be. And of course is the last possible one for me. Okay. I got decently lucky there. Got the second can first try. The cans puzzle, I've spent like 3 minutes in this gym before, just struggling with cans. In Glitchless, again, you would RNG manip the cans to be the best possible first and second cans. But you can't really do that here. I'm going to Thrash turn 1. Since I'm at very, very high health, I can afford to do that. I get the Voltorb. I'm not sure if that was a range with perfect attack. It might have been a very good range. Alright, we get 3-turn Thrash, we're confused, and we hit through. Very nice. And we get Surge's badge. Since Surge is an odd-numbered gym leader, he does give a badge boost. He just said that his badge boosts speed. Surge is a dirty liar. His badge actually boosts defense. It'd be far more helpful if it boosted speed, but we won't get the speed badge boost until a little bit later. And now we can go in here, talk to this guy, and he's going to tell us about his Rapidash for a very long time. He talks an insanely long time about his Rapidash in great detail. You know, I don't really blame him. I'm sure I've talked about, like, my dog in that great detail to some people and they found it annoying. And this is another one of the houses in the game that we can dig from for some reason. And we end up right back in Cerulean because that's our warp point. For easy backtracking. And now we are actually going to get the bicycle. Do a little menu here. Surge's TM Thunderbolt. Again, one of those moves that Nidoking should not be able to learn, yet it does for some reason. Which is very good, since it's an extremely useful move for us. Gonna prove very handy in Rock Tunnel coming up. I'm actually not gonna save for this trainer. If I was at low health in this section, which you kind of want to be at low health, I would save, since this trainer is a little bit risky. But I'm at such high health that it doesn't really matter that much. We call this girl 4-turn Thrash Girl, and you might be able to tell why. You can see she has 4 Pokemon, they all die to Thrash. Her first Pokemon does not die to Horn Attack, unfortunately. So you have to hit a 4-turn Thrash or hit through Confusion. Fortunately, I can afford to hit myself a couple times, and this Bellsprout can't really do a ton to me at this high health. And I do get 4-turn Thrash. Very good. I actually kind of do want to be in Red Bar in this section. And now I think it would be a good idea to explain what Red Bar is. Now if you've played a Pokemon game before, you probably know that when your health gets low, it makes the annoying beeping sound. Specifically in this game, if your HP is below 5/24 of your max HP, it makes the annoying beeping sound. And that annoying beeping sound actually jingle skips, overrides several sound effects and jingles in battle, such as level up sounds, Pokemon cries, Pokemon death sounds. Just speeds up battles a lot. So normally you'd want to kind of manipulate your health from Misty onwards to be in Red Bar in this section to make the battles go by very quick. Since this section is filled with a lot of Pokemon that don't really pose much of a threat, and you generally just one hit. Now we're gonna head through Rock Tunnel. Getting Flash HM is very slow, but speedrunners know the way through here. If you don't have Red Bar, you could elect to try to get it off these Pokemon. But my health is too high for that. It would just lose time to try and set it up. So I'm just gonna go through with no Red Bar. Which is a shame since I have Perfect Special, which is perfect for trying to go for a Red Bar here. This trainer has a singular Slowpoke, and if you don't have a good special, I believe if you have below 8 DV special, this Slowpoke is a range with Thunderbolt. And if you miss it and you're in Red Bar, it will use Confusion and you will die. Fortunately, I have Perfect Special, so that's not a range at all. As you can see, we hit level 30 right there, and that's really important for this next trainer, who we call Oddish Girl. Some people call her other names that I will not say here. But in Glitchless, this fight is pretty risky, since you'll be at low health here. And both her Oddish and her Bulbasaur are ranges. Fortunately for me, since I have Perfect Attack and got XP, neither of them are ranges. XP and Moon. That level 30 really comes in handy here. Because, again, it's a level that ends in a 3, 5, 8, or 0. So you're dealing like a lot of extra damage, as opposed to level 29. If I was doing PB attempts, I would have skipped Moon XP because I have Perfect Attack, and that Oddish would have been a range for me, because that would be level 29. It'd be a pretty good range, but still a range. And that Oddish can be pretty nasty if you miss the range, because it has Sleep Powder, it has Stun Spore, paralyze you, and you thrash it, so you can't really do anything right away until your thrash stops, and then, you know, you could be confused, and it could put you to sleep and just absorb you to death. It's pretty nasty if you're at low health. Didn't have to deal with that though. Almost the Rock Tunnel, got one trainer left. Dodging all the optionals can be pretty tricky. I think like a week or two ago I was in a glitchless race and I hit one of the optionals in Rock Tunnel, and that always feels horrible. Insanely healthy. Not gonna have to worry about health at all for these next sections coming up. is pretty nice. But also, I won't be in red bar for the fights. You see, really, the big thing with red bar is it's kind of a risk-reward situation, which battles go by very, very quickly, but you're usually like 1, maybe 2 hits away from dying. So it can be really, really risky. We will be in red bar later in the run, so we will get to see it, fortunately. There's a pretty much guaranteed red bar setup. I should have bubble beam of Vulpix, whatever. I can back it up. I do need to be managing Thrash PP. I have two Thrashes left. I can Thunderbolt one of the trainers coming up. I'm going to the underground here. I'm gonna be quiet for a sec since I use an audio cue to pick up the items here. Oh, well. There we go. Perfect. I thought my bike was slot too, since it usually is, but I used all my potions before defeating Brock. So my slot for potions changed when I bought them. Okay, she went up. I'm gonna actually we're gonna complete our shopping for the rest of the run here in Celadon Mart. Oops. I'm just gonna sell a few things to get all the money we need. And buy super repels. These are all our repels for the rest of the run. Super potions, a couple revives for safety, in case something bad happens. I do not remember which way the girl went. Okay, I was right. That NPC can kind of troll you if you forget which way she walked at first. I'm gonna buy some drinks right here. Do a lot of drink shopping. And this girl, very interested in drinking. And we you know, buy her some drinks off the table, and she gives us a couple useful TMs for a good move and another move that I will talk about. And this floor we can buy our X items. X accuracies are probably the most important one. That was not what I was talking about, Typhoon. Now we finished our shopping. We can just go over to this little area over here, the cut tree. I never found this area as a kid, and we're going to get the HM for Fly right here. And I had a painful time as a kid because I just could not backtrack. Fly isn't necessary to beat the game, but it's just so useful for backtracking that it's minutes faster to get it. I'm gonna do a bit of a menu right here. Oh my god. That was not the cleanest menu, but you know, whatever. And now we get to do the classic exclusive segment of the game, which is the Team Rocket Hideout. Any percent glitchless. In any percent glitchless, you'd actually buy a Pokédoll in Celadon Mart and use that to skip the Ghost Marowak in Pokemon Tower. But that's banned in Classic, so we actually have to do the Team Rocket Hideout. Which I like to call the Classic DLC. Five extra trainer fights and a couple puzzles. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. And we get to hear the best music in the game. For quite a long time, since we're going to be in here quite a while. In Glitchless, you would only hear this song in Bruno's room in the Elite Four. You're not in there for very long, since Bruno sucks. But we get to take these very, very slow spinny pads. So, I need to listen to this music for quite a while. I get another little stretch break right here. I would thrash this guy, but I only have 1 thrash PP left, and I kind of want to save that. That's one of the problems with getting XP in Moon. You have less thrash PP. Fortunately, I crit the coughing and killed it in 1 hit. Thunderbolt does not KO without a crit. To my knowledge. It could be arranged with my special, who knows? Unfortunately, that didn't really waste any time. And I can pick up this rare candy right here. And head back upstairs to do this longer puzzle with more spinny pads. I never knew why they made these spinny pads so slow in this game. I first played Pokemon Red to mess around with glitches. I actually didn't play it casually until a couple years after. But I was messing around with like Safari Zone escape glitches. Where you can like escape the Safari Zone and you know, walk around and do stuff. And some weird glitchy stuff can happen. And if your last Safari Zone step is on the spinny pads, your default walking speed just gets changed to spinning like you're on a spinny pad very, very slowly. And it's horrible. That item ball we picked up there, that's TM07 Horn Drill. You could buy that in Celadon. And you do in Glitchless, but it's obviously faster to pick up here since you're required to come here. It's funny for like a little bit. But then it just gets annoying. I already have elixirs. My item slots are a little bit messed up. Because I used all my potions early. Before Brock, I mean. I still have potions right here. Now, Horn Drill is a one-hit KO move. Which always KOs the opponent. However, it's 30% accurate. Now, X accuracies in Gen 1, they don't increase your accuracy stage. What they do is just make it so all your moves are guaranteed to hit. So combining that with Horn Drill, we can just like sweep through. I wasn't supposed to use Horn Drill there, but whatever, I can just Bubble Beam this Sandshrew, and that makes up for it. You don't want to use like extra Horn Drills, since Horn Drill only has 5 PP, and a lot of the PP management on this route is centered around keeping Horn Drill PP for things that need it. Another thing about one-hit KO moves is that in Gen 1, in order to use them, you need to be faster than your opponent. So whenever we are going to use Horn Drill, we need to be sure that we outspeed our opponent. Which won't be hard since I have 14 DV speed, which is actually the Glitchless Maniptinito speed. It has 14 DV speed. So I'm not really going to have to worry about that too much. If you have bad speed, there are certain things you can do to increase your speed to meet certain speed thresholds. Talking to Giovanni, he doesn't waste any time at all. When you see him in Silph, he talks for a lot more than he does right now. But I think he knows that since we took the spinny pads, we've already suffered through enough slog. Despite the amazing music. Giovanni, not much to talk about here. Yeah, I think this is the best Nidoran I've ever gotten. Oh, in fact, I'm sure of it. This is the best Nidoran I've ever gotten. I don't know why I can't get this in a PB attempt. It's first encounter, too. So now we get the Silphco right here. And we can dig out. Don't want to dig out before getting the Silphco. I'm always scared I'm going to do that. And now that is the end of the classic DLC. I can go to Lavender Town and pretty much do stuff almost normal in here. To fight our rival here for a 4th time. Luckily this rival fight is not as sucky as the last two, even though we had a very good time with the last two. Rival 2 and 3 can be very tough fights. And this is pretty much a joke since you have Thunderbolt for Pidgeotto. We're just basically one-hitting all of his Pokemon except for Ivysaur. That's why we kept this Thrash PP. Yes, Kroger. This is the best Nidoran I've ever gotten. Kinda pissed that I can't get this in PB attempts. Alright, past rival, no problem. Now we're gonna do a bit of a menu here. We're gonna be fighting a few Ghastlies, 4 in fact. And we don't really have anything for Ghastlies right now. Ghastlies have a very huge special stat, so they're not gonna be taking a lot of damage from our special moves. But fortunately we have Rock Slide right here. Rock Slide is it's a move, for sure. It's a pretty bad move. It's 90% accurate and a flash animation. But it is really the only thing we have for Ghastlies. Fortunately, I'm at such high health that it doesn't really matter if I miss. No, I'm not going to do the Glitchless route. See, I missed right there. These Ghastlies have a horrible moveset. Lick has a chance to paralyze. They know Nightshade, which just deals damage, which I could take. And they know Confuse Ray, which could also be bad. I'm not doing Glitchless route because I'm doing a classic commentary. Pick up an elixir. There's a couple elixirs we can pick up here. PP items are pretty valuable because we don't want to be visiting the center over and over and over again. Unfortunately, we do get a free heal right here. Not like we really need it. It's just useful to get. It's faster as well. in my situation at least. Free heal or extra trainer, yeah. You can skip the heal pad, but you would need to fight an extra trainer who has a Haunter that is a range with Rock Slide. Although I don't know if it is at my level. It might not be a range with my level in Perfect Attack. But, you know, whatever. Heal pad skip is Dark Technology. They've never done it, and I have no plans to. Fortunately, we didn't get punished for missing that one Rock Slide. Now we can do a menu right here. And when I said when I said we needed Rock Slide just for the Ghastlies, I really meant it, since we're going to be deleting Rock Slide right now for a much better move in Ice Beam. Glitchless would not get an Ice-type attack until much later, where it would get Blizzard. But in Classic, you can just get Ice Beam. With my special, I could have gone for Blizzard. I just want to stick to the standard route for this commentary. As if you have bad special, you're not going to be killing things with Blizzard, and Blizzard is less accurate than Ice Beam. And if you're not even killing things with Blizzard, why not just take the extra accuracy and the extra PP? At Ghost Marowak, we got past that. We can just use an Ice Beam. Very easy to dispatch. Don't even need a Pokédoll. And we just have a few trainer fights that aren't really a threat over here. This guy has a Coughing and a Drowsy. You could X accuracy and just Horn Drill them, but I want to save as many X accuracies as I can, and it's not really bad at all to just Thrash, since you always kill the Drowsy, and if you crit, you kill the Coughing anyway. This last guy right here has 4 Pokemon. This Zubat would be faster to take out with Thrash. We don't want to risk getting confused, having a 3-turn Thrash. You generally want to avoid using super effective moves when possible, because they have an extra text box saying that it's super effective. And text boxes are pretty slow. But it's worth it in this case, because otherwise you'd need to roll the 50% to get a 4-turn Thrash, or if you lose that 50%, roll another 50% to not hurt self in confusion. Alright, now that we're done with this fight, we are going to talk to Fuji and get the Pokeflute. This starts the section known as Flute to End by a lot of runners, which is mainly a very execution-heavy section. There is some RNG to be found, especially in like the Elite Four, and some in Silphco. But this is largely a lot of just execution, which I'm probably not going to be the best at, since I have to try to talk while I'm doing this. Yeah, that's my excuse. I'm gonna take the center here, not because we really need to, since we just took the heal pad, But Celadon is a very useful warp point to us, since it is right next to Saffron City, which we are visiting right now, and we will visit again. We just have to bribe the corrupt police force. He caught us for underage drinking. Next we have to go to Silphco. A little walking section. Go up the stairs. I'm gonna try to swag this elixir pickup right here. Yep, got it. We kind of call it swagging if you pick an item up or do something while facing like the opposite way. No, execution's okay. It's gotten better recently. Alright, this Arbok can paralyze us. Hopefully we won't see that. Good, Poison Sting. Because my attack is just godly. This is not a range to 2-shot. There's actually a really good roll there as well. Not that I needed it, since it wasn't even a range to 2-shot. And that is our last opportunity to be paralyzed if we don't Gen 1 miss. I'm gonna run and swag those gates too. Swagging generally loses time because you're taking extra turn frames. It's not much time though. And coming up here, we're gonna take this teleporter to our rival. We're gonna actually walk up. This is because after the battle, if we just walked left, he'd have to walk all the way around us, and he'd have to walk like 10 million extra tiles. This fight is pretty simple. We are just going to X accuracy to set up Horn Drill. We're going to X speed, so we're faster than everything, and then just Horn Drill everything. Ooh, that crit is good. Because we really do want to be taking damage in this section. And the reason we want to be taking that damage is because there's a really neat red bar setup on Koga. Koga's last Pokemon is a Weezing. And Koga has good AI. And in addition to favoring super effective moves, good AI deprioritizes not very effective moves if a damaging alternative exists. Koga's Weezing has 3 poison type moves and self-destruct. I don't know how good of an idea it is to have self-destruct on your final Pokemon on your team. It just seems like a pretty bad idea. But, because of good AI, it's gonna say, oh, all these poison-type moves are not very effective on Nidoking. Does a damaging alternative exist? Self-destruct is damaging. It's regularly effective. I'll just use self-destruct. And self-destruct deals a lot of damage. With my defense DV, it is going to deal quite a lot of damage. That Bone Club is very good. That will put me at very good health. I should guarantee that I get killed by Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct is gonna do 76 damage to me, so yeah, I will be fine. Unless it like min rolls. I'm not really sure how much HP I gain, but I'm like right on the border. Definitely not worth stalling on anything. And the reason we want to get hit by self-destruct is that we can use rare candies to level up into very, very good red bar for almost the whole rest of the run. It just speeds up so many fights. So through this section, you really want to be taking as much damage as possible. Fortunately, got hit by Bone Club on that Cubone. Set me up very nicely. Horn attack from this Nidorino would be very good. Whatever. There's still opportunities to take damage. Not that I really need it that much. Since self-destruct would need like around a minimum roll to not kill me. And even then, I'd be in red bar already. Very good red bar. So it wouldn't be that big a deal. Alright. We're done with Giovanni 2. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be, I might need to take a little bit more damage. I won't stall on anything. Min roll is 76 at my DV, and I'm gonna be a few HP higher than that. But it's still likely that I will die. Now we're going to make a little bit of a detour and take the elevator up to the 10th floor. There were Team Rocket grunts all throughout this building, but after we beat Giovanni, they were gone. So the one guarding this item stash is now gone, and we get to get a couple of useful items. Find TM26, which is Earthquake, and a rare candy. And we are actually going to teach Earthquake right away. Earthquake is Nidoking's strongest move that isn't Horn Drill, of course. It's 100 power, gets the same type attack bonus for that 50% boost. And it's just generally a very good move. And we can go bike to Snorlax. Use the Pokefoot to wake him up. Snorlax, unfortunately, despite being probably one of my favorites from Gen 1, it's not very useful. Yeah, no, EQ-less sucks. I don't know why that was even an idea in the first place. Okay. Since I have such high attack, I can actually do an interesting strat here. Pick up this hidden rare candy right here. And there is a hidden PP up over here that you would usually get. It's kind of down like right here. Oh, no, it's down a little bit further. It's like right over here. But I'm actually going to be skipping that because my attack is so good. I can afford to do that. I would use PP up on Horn Drill. Wait. Oh, rare candies are right here. I'm gonna use these rare candies right here, and then oh yeah, since I'm skipping PP up, we actually use all four. It makes the menu go right up to the bike. And we can make our way into the Safari Zone. It is ancient technology, but it's optimal in this case. If you have 14 or 15 DV attack, it's optimal to skip PP up and just use Earthquake on a couple extra things instead. There's a full restore over here we could pick up if I ran out of potions, but fortunately we still have potions. I'm going to use a Super Repel in this room right here. and toss my Paralyze heals to make room for Surf. That eliminated a turn frame, that menu. Once you load like a new area, you have a turn frame like stored until you turn. It's kind of weird, and I don't even fully understand it sometimes. But that deletes a turn frame if you menu right there. Alright, we do have enough bag space for Surf. Yes, we do. We can dig out of a Safari Zone. Finally digging out from somewhere that kind of makes sense. And now we are going to go to Fuchsia Gym. Now this is a poison type gym, and Gen 1, fun fact, Gen 1 has introduced half of all poison type Pokemon that exist today, which is just a crazy amount. But all the gym trainers use psychic type Pokemon for some reason. No idea why. I actually, I think I'm gonna need to stall on Hypno, since boom strats don't really exist for this route. Which that's okay. This trainer is not too difficult. It's Earthquake everything. This next trainer, however, can be a bit of an issue if you're at lower health. Very infamous and glitchless, Juggler 2. His second Pokemon is a Hypno that doesn't die to Earthquake. It actually is a range for me, because I have good attack and have extra levels from the rare candies. It might not even be a range, I might just kill with Earthquake. Am I going to get Toxic? I might get the Toxic TM. You need to do something. Yep, just kill the Hypno in one hit. I was going to stall on it. I forgot. Now we are going to go to Koga and set up that strat I was talking about. All of Koga's Pokemon die to Earthquake. He has 4. But I'm actually going to use an Elixir on Weezing since we need to restore our PP. And that gives Weezing a turn to self-destruct. Koga does have a chance to use X-Attack, and I actually would not hate that here, since that would guarantee self-destruct kills instead of it being a range. I'm at 89, and max is like, min roll's 73, so it's fairly likely that I will live a self-destruct. Okay, X-Attack, that's good. Now, he's guaranteed to kill. Very good. Normally X-Attack just loses time, but that was actually good right there. And Koga is also an odd-numbered gym leader, so he gives a badge boost. His badge boosts speed, he says it boosts defense, and I just got Toxic. Great. I know what I did wrong. I shouldn't have sold Pokeballs in Celadon. I accidentally did that, since I am not used to having a good attack. I'm gonna need to toss that Toxic TM. Since here in PSR, we don't like toxic individuals. We don't like toxicity. just give the warden some nasty, dirty teeth he found on the ground. And he just sticks them right in his mouth. It's honestly amazing. Okay, this would actually be perfect right here. Perfect 2 toss. Since my my inventory would reset anyway. Now we do have a repel up. Nidoking is fainted right now, but in Gen 1 to it might be Gen 2 as well. I'm not entirely sure. Fainted Pokemon still affect repels. Like repels keep away lower level Pokemon, even if they're fainted. Now it's kind of another section where it's just movement, which I did not do right there. Thankfully, these repel steps aren't very precise at all. Not as precise as they are in Glitchless. There is a Carvos right here, which boosts your speed. If I had bad speed, I would actually want to pick that up. But I do not have bad speed. Teach strength to Squirtle right here. This item ball contains Blizzard. I'm not getting that. Ice Beam is all we need. I struggled with this puzzle a lot as a kid. I was not the smartest. We got a rare candy. And we do, we actually have to use this rare candy on Nidoking right here, since we do want Nidoking to be alive. Pick up a secret key and dig out of here. And now is kind of the section where we have kind of a huge boss rush at the end of the game. We're just going to do all the rest of the gyms rapid fire, starting with Erica. Now, Erica's gym is kind of a joke, since we have Ice Beam, which is super effective on grass Pokemon. There's not really too much we need to worry about. If this was Glitchless, you'd have Blizzard here, and you need to worry about Blizzard misses, which can waste a lot of time on this Execute right here. It can put you to sleep. As you can see, we're in very, very, very deep red bar here. If we get hit basically at all, we're gonna die. And thankfully, Ice Beam is 100% accurate. The Erica fight is free asterisk. I put an asterisk next to free because it is not completely free. Barely anything is completely free in Gen 1. Could Gen 1 miss Ice Beam potentially, which I have done on this Erica fight before, and it sucks. A Gen 1 miss is basically a every 100% accurate move, due to an off by 1 error, has a 1 in 256 chance to miss. And you know, you don't, you kind of just have to play around that as it comes. I don't think we've seen any yet this run, unless I missed something. So that's Erica. Erica's kind of a joke. Now we are going to go to Cinnabar and immediately fight Blaine. Blaine being a quiz this master has us answer a lot of questions. Fortunately, the answers are the same every time. I've not yet missed a blade question, but I know it's coming someday. And I'd hate for this to be the run. It might look like I'm saying yes, if you're not familiar with these games, but to all these questions, but I'm actually saying no to these by pressing B. I'll try to swag the next Blaine questions. Yeah, right there. You can swag right, but if you mess up and your timing is not quite right, you can end up talking to the NPC, which is just a fight, which is not good. You really don't want to be fighting extra trainers right here, since that could potentially mess up your XP route. Since you could level up somewhere where you shouldn't be, and leveling up resets your badge boosts. And if those badge boosts are important, you could just be screwed. Now Blaine is one of the 2 fights in the game where you literally cannot die to him. I got the God Blaine right there. He, as you can see, he can use Super Potion turn 1. And that's faster because Growlithe will spam Agility, which does nothing, but good AI thinks it's a super effective move since it's Psychic type, and it's super effective against Nidoking. So we can just set up on Growlithe and sweep. If Growlithe had used Agility instead of Blaine using a Super Potion, it would have been faster than us. I'm losing a bit of time, because we need to see it use Agility again. But that was the, that wasn't the fastest possible Blaine fight, because I skipped PP up. If you get the PP up and get the God Blaine, you can, Horn Drill the Growlithe instead, because you have an extra. And Horn Drilling is faster, because it is a shake animation. So now we're gonna go right to Sabrina. Sabrina is another fight that is a free asterisk in most situations. You just spam Earthquake against her 4 Pokemon and they all die. However, if you have really, really bad speed, which fortunately I don't, you have to set up an X speed, and then things can get a bit funky. But not gonna have to worry about that. Spam Earthquake and win. I always wondered why Sabrina has a whip. Never really understood that. Not complaining. Yeah, if you have bad speed, you would set up an X speed on the Mr. Mime right there. And it would be 1 in 3 to kill you. Actually more than that. But things can just go south from there. Unfortunately, we got through Sabrina without Gen 1 missing. It's optimal. And a little quirk about Gen 1. If you step on this teleporter right here, and then use Dig, you get the faster teleporter animation, other than the Dig animation. And that just saves just a little bit of time. So now we're going to fight the last gym. As you might have seen, Erica, Blaine, and Sabrina did not give us their gym leader TMs. And that is because our item pack was full. In Gen 1, you can only hold 20 items in your item pack, including like TMs and HMs, so your inventory space is very limited. But if you have all 20 items, you can't hold the gym leader TM. And you don't have to listen to the jingle, you don't have to listen to them talk about their awesome move. This trainer right here can be a little bit risky. However, it's not very risky at all with my perfect attack. He has 2 Machokes and a Machop. These Machokes are both a range with Earthquake. However, with perfect attack, they are a 37 and 39 range, so almost guaranteed to get them. Very nice, got the first one. If you don't get them, they can kill you, especially since I'm at this low red bar. If they use pretty much any damaging move, I'm dead. Alright, got both of them, very nice. Now, you saw how slow the spinny pads were. It's actually faster instead of taking these spinny pads to go outside of the gym, come back in to reset the trainer positions, and walk all the way back up. And you don't even have to take my word for it. You saw before how slow the spinny pads were. Now is the final Giovanni battle. Unlike the last two, this fight is another free asterisk fight. And that it's free unless you Gen 1 miss. You one-hit almost everything on his team. Don't need to crit there, that is a bit overkill. Gen 1 missing is best on his Doug Trio because it will use Dig and won't damage you on that turn, so you can just swap out and sack something without having to sacrifice red bar. Now he's going to send out a Rhydon next, which will not be dead to Ice Beam unless it crits. However, this Rhydon can't damage us at all. It will spam Fissure because of good AI, which is a one-hit KO move. And see, it doesn't affect us because Rhydon is slower, so it can't use the one-hit KO move. Alright, got the final badge, the Earth badge. So now we're kind of entering the end game. You have 6 fights left, all of varying degrees of difficulty. This rival fight right here is the other fight in the game that is impossible to lose, along with Blaine. Because his Pidgeot knows agility, and he just set up on his Pidgeot and it spams agility, and he just one-hit everything on his team. Getting a crit on Ice Beam would be pretty nice here, since again it doesn't kill Pidgeot in one hit. Oh, I thought that was a crit. That was just a lot of damage. Keep forgetting I have perfect special. It's kind of insane. This Nidoran has been treating me very well. This fight is a joke. X accuracy even removes the chance for Gen 1 miss, so this fight isn't even free asterisk. It's just like completely free. Horn Drill the Venusaur, and that is it. Now coming up right here is another very long section with no battles and just pure execution. Go through the badge check gates. This is really where, if you're on PB pace, your nerves start to pick up, because it's kind of like the calm before the storm. No RNG involved. You can't get trolled by anything. It's just you and your movement. Whoop! Ah, nope. That was an example of bad execution. I used strength instead of surf. Almost done with the badge check case. That's the last grass we'll see in the game. And now this is Victory Road. And unlike a lot of other regions' Victory Roads, there are no required trainer battles in this Victory Road right here. We can skip all of them. You just have to worry about pushing the boulders. There are tricks like you're seeing right there, swag boulders that you can do, where you push the boulder from the wrong direction. They waste, they generally waste a turn frame, which also is a repel step, so you don't want to do them in certain sections. But there are what people call optimal swag boulders. What am I doing? There are what people call optimal swag boulders as well, which don't really lose the turn frame because you're going in the same direction. I don't like that name because they're not really optimal, because they don't save time, and really, they're not really swag because they don't lose time. IMO. Gotta hold left here. Boulder pushing can get a bit tedious. And the movement is a bit harder than it looks, because after you push the boulder, it kind of like pauses, and it's hard to judge, you know, where to press the next direction. And you really don't want to be taking extra steps here, since repel steps in this section are very, very precise. And if you even take one extra step, then you have to repel earlier to make up. Luckily, I believe I had pretty perfect movement through that whole section. Yeah, I did. The bike's music's playing when I'm not on the bike. Well, fun fact. Okay, this is the last boulder, and we get to fight the Elite Four, who are also of varying degrees of difficulty. I could go right into the Elite Four, however, I'm going to play it a little bit safe. I'm going to buy some full restores beforehand. Hopefully we won't need any of them. Definitely won't need 5 of them, but there are some situations where I would want to use a full restore if I get trolled. Now Lorelei is another free asterisk fight. However, I just really, really like this fight. It's like the culmination of all the janky mechanics of Gen 1 coming together. Dugong has, Lorelei has good AI, but Dugong favors status moves on turn 2. Dugong has Aurora Beam and Rest, which is 50% to use any turn on Nidoking except turn 2. But turn 2, because it favors status moves and super effective moves, which it views Rest as super effective since it's Psychic type, it'll always go for Rest on Nidoking turn 2. So actually sack your bird. Now because I skip PP up, well, because I have good attack and can afford to skip PP up, I can Earthquake this Jinx. If I was 13 DV attack or below, that would be a range. Thankfully it is not. Perfect Lorelei. Next, we get Bruno. We get to listen a little bit to the Rocket Hideout theme. Bruno is kind of a joke, although less of a joke in this category since you're a deeper red bar than usual. But still very, very unlikely to kill you. You just have to set up an X-Ack against his Onyx, and you're good. Harden, very good. I win. That Onyx knows Slam, and if Slam crits, that could spell the end for you. Fortunately, I have not had any, have not had to use any revives yet, and I still have 2 of them. So even if I did die right here, it would not be that big of a deal. Now, coming up is Agatha, and I actually can do a. No, I'll still X speed on Agatha. I'm like actually above the threshold to skip X speed on Agatha. I need to heal for Agatha. Agatha is a bit harder than previous 2 trainers. She can be a bit of a troll. What? Having menuing struggles right here. We're going to give her first Gengar a turn and hopefully see Nightshade, which will knock us into red bar. We need to be able to outspeed her second Gengar. We actually do outspeed her first Gengar. We need to outspeed her second, so we need to use an X speed. Confuse Ray. That is not very good. Hopefully we won't hurt Self. A breakthrough this time. Alright. Skullbat doesn't die to a single Ice Beam, but thankfully it got frozen. That's very good. Hurt Self is not bad here. In Gen 1, it's impossible to break out of being frozen unless you get hit by a fire type attack. And we don't even have any fire type attacks. So we broke out of confusion right there. So Agatha's just pretty much free after this. Asterisk, of course. That Arbok, if you Gen 1 miss, it can paralyze you, which is part of why I bought Full Restorus, as I tossed Paralyze Heals to make room for the revives for this route. I have Gen 1 miss on that Arbok before, and it's not fun. Okay, I'm at 55. Let me do some math. Super and 2 potions. Do an interesting strat on Lance. Lance is one of the riskier trainer fights in the game. So I'm going to use an elixir, and then heal right here to a very specific amount. That's actually a pretty bad HP right there. Well, hopefully this strat will work. Saving for Lance because even though I have revives, recovering from a Lance death is pretty much impossible. So, Lance has good AI, and he leads with Gyarados, which will spam Hydro Pump, which kills us from full. Which is not good. So, we are going to set up an X Special on Lance. So, Hydro Pump will hopefully, unless it crits. That's what I saved. The goal is to heal to a specific amount so that when you use an X Special, Hydro Pump will knock you into red bar. Not a big deal. This recovering from a Lance death is not fun because you have to hope for a Hydro Pump miss, because when you use a Revive it only gets you back up to half health. I don't know if Hydro Pump's guaranteed to knock me into red bar. I was at pretty bad health. And he missed. So this isn't gonna get me into red bar, I think. No, unfortunately. No red bar for Lance. I should have just Thunderbolted. That X speed gave me an extra badge boost. I should have X accuracy actually, that would have been a better play. That, yeah, the X speed gave me an extra special badge boost, so I would take less damage from Hydro Pump. Fortunately, aren't gonna have to heal for Champ at all. I guess I got trolled by Agatha, just not in the conventional way. It's from having a bad HP setup. I'm done with Lance, and we get to go into the final fight, which is still decently scary, but I have full restores. It's gonna be fine. You can just walk in since I'm at higher health than I was intending to be. He leads with Pidgeot, and unfortunately doesn't have agility anymore. We need to set up an X speed and an X accuracy on Pidgeot, and we're gonna hope to not see Sky Attack. And Sky Attack would be very bad. Okay, Mirror Move is very good. Alright, and I win. Now we just one-hit KO everything. Except his Alakazam, we do need to use Earthquake, but it's not like we can even Gen 1 miss. We need to Earthquake because, again, we didn't use the PP up on Horn Drill. So animations are automatically turned on the Champ fight. So you can see the wonderful Earthquake animation. Now we just Horn Drill everything else. Don't have red bar, which is quite a shame. But, you know, whatever. This is actually a pretty insane run. Didn't expect to get a time this good. I guess that's to be expected with a Nidoran such as this. I was going in expecting, like, the worst stats. I mean, I have a route that works with the worst stats possible. So, I was not expecting this. Very good. And now it's just a mashing game. Didn't have to use any revives. I was pretty lucky throughout, even though we didn't have a red bar throughout a lot of it. And this is Hall of Fame split. If, well, there's gonna be, when we enter the Hall of Fame, kind of like a montage of our team, where each Pokemon scrolls by and it plays their cry. That's really slow. In PB attempts, you'd actually deposit every Pokemon of yours besides Nidoking and your flyer that you used to sack to Lorelei. Just to speed this process up a little, because this is very slow. However, with revives, you kind of need something to sack in order to revive your Nidoking. So it's just better in this situation to not deposit and just have our whole team in here. Time is coming up right after this next screen. It's a 202. That's actually insane. This is I think this is my second best classic time ever, which is pretty insane. Because one of my PBs was a 202.33, and then I got my 201. Pretty nice. Alright, that was Pokemon Red 80% Glitchless Classic. I'm gonna be live at 7 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern with